Welcome. Today we're going to learn about derivatives of inverse trig functions. So first we need to know the rules. So I've listed all 6 inverse trig functions, and next to each one we've taken the derivative and you have the rule that you're going to use if you take the derivative. For example, if we take the derivative of the arc sine of u, that result will be u prime, which is the derivative of u, divided by the square root of 1 minus u squared. And if you notice, the derivative of the arc cosine is just the negative of that. Okay, and we've listed all the other rules below. U is simply a differentiable function of x. So let's do an example. In step 1, we have a function. It's the arc secant of 5x. So in this particular case, our u would be the 5x. So anything after the arc secant other than x is going to be called our u. In step 2, we're asking what is the derivative of this. So we need our rule. So in 3, I've listed the rule just to remind you. When we take the derivative of the arc secant of u, we're going to get u prime over the absolute value of u times the square root of u squared minus 1. All right, so as we said before in step 1, we've identified our u as 5x. And in step 4, I've written that down for you. And once we know u, we can then calculate u prime. U prime is simply the derivative of u. So the derivative in this case is 5 using power rule. Then we move to step 5. Okay, now we have u prime. All we have to do is plug it into the rule and we're good. So if you look at step 5, when we substitute the numerator, as we said in step 3, the numerator is u prime. So in our case, that's 5. In the denominator, we have the absolute value of u. Well, u is 5x, so we put that in there. And then we have the square root of u squared minus 1. So obviously, since u is 5x, u squared will be 25x squared, so we plug that in. And then we will cancel our 5's, and in step 6, we have a simplified result. Now, if we are dealing with a different trig function, we do the exact same thing. We just use the rule for that particular inverse trig function, identify our u and our u prime, plug it in, simplify, and then we're done. And that is derivatives of inverse trig functions. Now go practice, practice, and practice some more.